I've been an educator for a long time. I started out in 1975 in Petoskey, Michigan as a high school special educator. In some respects, that was a really good time for me to come in as a high school special educator because there were no curricula for high school special ed. Special ed had just kind of begun. We had mandatory special ed law passed in 1974. It began to be implemented about 1975, 1976, most places. And so there were no programs, there were no materials, there were no pacing guides. There weren't those kinds of things that I was supposed to do, so I had to figure it out. And when kids sat down with me in reading or math or in other areas, I had to figure out how to engage them. And it becomes pretty obvious when you're doing it that way that if you push them too hard or too fast or give them material they can't read or math they don't understand, what happens to that look in their eye? They turn you off. They disengage. In some cases, they get angry. In a lot of cases, they start to misbehave. In some cases, they shut down in ways that just shocked me. And so I had to figure out how not to do that. And so we had to build our libraries of materials. And a lot of that for me meant making my own materials for things like math that weren't available, all the way down to the level where they needed to learn at their level something that they could do with that high rate of success that we call the instructional match, the instructional zone, the zone of proximal development. We had to figure out how to give kids what they needed at their level and then stay at that level long enough for whatever that was to be truly learned, allowing them to go to the next level and the next level. We call that tiering, we call that all kinds of good things, but it's mostly common sense for anybody here in this room who has ever sat down with a kid. You know how they respond to good learning opportunities in which they are capable of being highly successful.